A VPN, short for Virtual Private Network, is a privacy protection tool that is quickly becoming a must-have. But why do you need a VPN, and how does it work in the first place? A VPN helps your data travel through the internet safely, without big companies or cybercriminals being able to spy on your online activities. Also, a VPN swaps the real location of your device with a new one. This way, you can virtually travel to any country around the globe. So, who can benefit from a VPN? If you're worried about your online privacy, a VPN makes sure your identity and private information are not exposed when you go online. If digital security is your top priority, a VPN gives a nice additional layer of security. It encrypts your data so nobody could see what you send and receive. If you are a human rights activist whose freedom of speech is restricted, a VPN helps you to bypass censorship and speak to the world. Or, if you're on holiday in another country, with a VPN, you can bring your home entertainment anywhere you go. Here's a pro tip: check out Surfshark VPN. It has everything you need in a premium VPN, awesome speeds, and industry-leading protection that covers all of your devices. All you have to do is click connect. Secure your digital life and enjoy everything good that the internet has to offer with a VPN you can trust.
Click link in the description and get 81% discount for your first order. Protecting wood with oil? Oil whenever the wood feels dry. Outside of industrial uses, rubbing in oil is the most common way to preserve wood. The right oil will soak into the wood's pores, keeping the wood strong and slowing absorption of water that can cause rot. A couple coats of oil can protect wood for years, but this depends greatly on the oil and environment, so check regularly. If a dab of oil is rapidly absorbed, the wood has dried out. Even if you plan on painting the wood, you may want to oil it first, especially if the wood is old and in poor condition. Teak is a uniquely long-lived wood which does not need to be oiled, although once it has been oiled it may require regular reapplication. Clean off dust and dirt. Prepare the wood by dusting off any dirt or debris. Use a clean, dry towel or rags to wipe off the wood. Note and repair any imperfections or flaws in the wood. Select an oil or commercial product. There are many available oils and wood preservation products suitable for home use. Follow this advice to select the best one for your wood. For cutting boards and other kitchen applications, use food-safe mineral oil or coconut, walnut, or almond oil. Avoid the last two if nut allergies are an issue. Mix in 1/2 teaspoon 2.5 ml melted beeswax for each cup 240 ml oil for additional protection. There are many synthetic products out there, including pretty good ones that use linseed oil as a base but provide additional protection. Modern water-based finishes are cheap and easy to apply, but not good for long-term preservation. Boiled linseed oil yellow is a common choice, but provides poor water resistance and yellows over time. Its main advantage is price. Raw linseed oil is even less effective, although environmentally friendly. Gather materials. Find a clean, dry rag for rubbing in the oil and newspaper to catch spills. Because many of these oils are flammable, keep a metal container nearby to store these materials after the oiling. Have access to water or a fire extinguisher so you are ready in the unlikely event that some of these materials spontaneously ignite. The flammability is greatly reduced once the oil dries. When the job is finished, air dry the rags and newspaper in a single layer away from buildings and heat. Mix in solvent, if appropriate. Commercial products may not require this step. Refer to the label. If using tung oil or linseed oil, mix a small amount of the oil with an equal amount of turpentine, mineral oil, or other solvent. Mix in more solvent if the oil won't penetrate the wood. Never use solvent for cutting boards or other wood that will come into contact with food. Rub the oil in slowly. Use the cloth to rub the oil into the wood, covering the entire surface. For the most consistent results, dab the oil on one splash at a time, rubbing it across the wood bit by bit. Applying more oil at once is acceptable if you'd like to save time. The more you rub in at once, the more variation there will be in color and shine, but this isn't likely to ruin your wood's appearance. If you are using a product sold as a wood protector, refer to the label for more precise instructions. Wipe up excess oil. All excess oil should be wiped from the surface within a few minutes, unless your product label states otherwise. The oil that's soaked into the wood will provide the protection. Excess surface oil will only add an unnecessary surface layer that may become gummy or discolored with time. If the oil has already dried onto the surface, wet a cloth with a little more oil to wipe it up again. Apply more coats, sanding in between. At least 2 or 3 coats of oil are recommended for long-term preservation. Follow these steps each time. Wait until the previous coat is dry. This can take under an hour for some synthetic products, to a week or longer for raw linseed oil. Sand the surface lightly. Mix more oil solvent mix if necessary. Use less solvent for each coat, making a thicker and thicker mix. Rub in the next coat. Using additional protection and minimizing harm, consider applying additional protective products. Once the last coat of oil is dry, the wood should be much more resistant to decay and weakening. There are some dangers oil does not protect from, however, and these can be handled by an additional finish once the last coat of oil is completely dry. All of the following are optional. Water repellent will provide additional protection against water, which may be useful if the wood will be exposed to serious humidity. A layer of paint provides additional protection depending on the paint type. To protect against scratches, use polyurethane or another wood finish. Minimize the wood's exposure to both moisture and sunlight. This will help the wood last longer. Shovel snow and dust snow from wood furniture immediately. Cover wood furniture with durable, waterproof tarps or such during periods of extreme heat, cold, and wet weather. Wipe off dirt often. Sweep wooden decks regularly since dirt and plant fibers hold moisture and fungus. Sweeping is preferable to hosing water, since it removes abrasive sand and doesn't introduce damaging moisture. Stain or paint regularly. Apply any chosen stain to the wood without removing its current finish. Use a tough exterior grade paint when applying a primer and painting furniture. Check all sides of a wooden house each year for signs of wear. Sides exposed to strong wind and rain may need repainting sooner than others. Maintain good airflow. Ventilation helps fight moisture buildup, so keep the wood free from leaf litter, vines, and soil buildup. If you have a wooden structure in your garden, considering building a trellis for the nearby plants so they can grow around the structure without causing issues.